Well, it is National Craft Beer Week, and we are at One North Kitchen and Bar in Lansing with Damon, the bar manager. This week is like Christmas to you, isn't it?
I couldn't be more excited. This is probably even better than Christmas because it's warm outside today. It's
yes.
nice, and we can talk about some really good beer, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, spring has finally sprung here in Michigan, so if you're looking for, first of all, a fun weather patio, outdoor patio to do some craft beer drinking maybe this week, One North in Lansing, the perfect place to come to, right?
Absolutely. We have a huge porch set up very comfortably. We have some great service that'll take place out here, and we have some really unique beer cocktail specials that'll be happening just on the patio as well. So definitely want to come out and check that out as well.
Nice. And let's talk about craft beer, because I know this is one of your specialties, and craft beers, I think, you know, they have evolved quite a bit through the years.
They
so
really have.
A lot of people, I think, when they think craft beer, they think just a heavy beer, but that's not the case.
Absolutely no. In fact, I brought out a few examples here, and looking at these are all Michigan-made beers. One of the best things about my role is getting to experience all of the different beers that Michigan has to offer. I mean, if people aren't aware yet, they should be. Incredible beers here in Michigan. You don't really have to leave the state to find something that you're going to really, really enjoy. So we have 46 beers on tap.
Okay.
We have our Michigan Craft Corner, which always features 6 of the most kind of unique, really rare beers throughout the state. And then our other 40 handles, we have, I'd say at least half of them are Michigan beers. I tried very hard to find something that, let's say you drink something that is a national brand that you're very used to. I try to find comparable items, things that are maybe even a little bit better, but in the same profile that are made here locally. A great example is this cream ale here. This is by a brewery called Trail Point in Allendale. Really small, really unique little brewery. This is actually one of the best light drinking cream ales I've ever had. It actually has a really nice coffee aroma to it.
Okay.
So folks that typically drink a porter or a stout because they like those coffee notes, but don't want something a little heavy or higher in alcohol content, this is an incredible beer. You get that flavor profile, but it's so light and enjoyable you can drink obviously more than one. And
now the next one looks a little fruity, maybe, or no?
So the next one we're going to call Chewy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really hoppy, incredible local IPA by Ozone. This is trampled under hops. Again, this beer is really for the folks that like the citrus hop forward notes.
Okay.
Very crisp. We call it Chewy just because it's a really intense, heavy, hoppy flavor. Incredible IPA. But going on the fruit, that's the next one.
Okay, all right.
That's the Founders Rubaeus. Again, another Michigan-made beer. Founders is a great brewery. The Rubaeus is a raspberry ale. So again, it's an ale, but the notes on that, the flavors are again so refreshing, so light, and really that raspberry fruit forward taste. So again, very different styles, very different palates, but all very drinkable. My personal favorite, I have to go to, everybody kind of looks at me crazy when I bring out the really dark looking beers. There's an expectation I've heard, oh, those are bitter or they're sour or they're too heavy. And one of my favorite games to play is guess this beer. What kind of beer is this? With this one, this is actually Perrin's 2021 No Rules Vietnamese Porter. It is a 15% alcohol porter, so it's really a sipper, if you will. But the flavors of this are so complex and so delicious. When I give this beer to people who don't drink dark beers, their first response is this, am I drinking a candy bar? Or is this like, they have no idea how yummy, how sweet, how lack of bitterness there is. So yeah, it makes my day a lot more fun when I get to play with these beers. We love to give out samples, have people try new things, and really expand their knowledge of what beer can be.
And if people are new to craft beer, you guys have an app where people can go on and actually find out how strong they are and all of the numbers associated with craft beers.
Absolutely. In fact, I couldn't be happier. We're now partnered with Untapped. You can find Untapped on any of your app stores or online. When you come into the restaurant, we'll have a QR code for you to scan, so it goes directly to our Untapped page. And that'll have all of our 46 beers that we currently have on tap, as well as any beers that we're waiting to bring on their on deck beers. And that, it really does. It gives you the alcohol percentage, or the ABV. It has the IBU count, which is typically used to signify how bitter a beer is. We can go into that pretty deeply. It gets complicated. You hear sommeliers with wine, you can really get into beer, but that IBU is basically how bitter a beer is. So the lower that number, maybe the sweeter. The higher the number, for example, with the trampled under hops, that IBU is going to be much, much higher because of that real hoppy, really delicious taste. But on Untapped, you'll find all of the beers, a description, the alcohol content, and from there you can just ask questions away. We're going to be super happy to answer any questions you might have.
All right, very good. Well, happy National Craft Beer Week.
Thank you.
We'll let you celebrate.
Yeah. Well, a little bit later. Maybe.
Okay, all right. Stick around. There's still more to come on Studio 10.